Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. My name is James, for everybody who doesn't know, and this morning I'm talking about my business. And just to let you know, the last time that I had any sort of presentation like this was 6 years ago at my undergraduate thesis, so bear with me for anything. Yes. So, but to start with, I guess a lot of people that I've talked to in the past don't exactly know what audio, video, and custom integration is. So my direction and my idea for this presentation is to give you all a little bit more information about everything that goes into an audio video project and everything that you can expect at the end of the day. I titled this The Wonderful High-Tech World of Audio, Video, and Custom Integration. The name of my company is On the Wall Audio Video LLC, simply known as OTWAV, and we provide simple tech to help people live easy lives. The company was established in 2020. I moved here from Nigeria to sort of start a new life. This was right after I graduated from college. And I started the company as On the Wall TV Mounting, where we rendered TV install and uninstallation services. And in December of 2022, we expanded on those services to become a full-service audio and video company. And essentially, the official term for a professional in the industry is called a custom integrator for the residential space and a systems integrator for the commercial space. And my job is simply to figure out how audio video components work together and help people to disseminate information. For this kind of setting, imagine if we didn't have this or that. It would be a little bit more difficult for people to be able to present the information in a concise manner that helps everybody else understand what they're saying. This is a small example of the type of things that we do. If you go into an airport, imagine if you didn't have screens that told you when connecting flights were, or if you didn't have a public address system that, basically announced flights landing or people running late for their flights. How difficult that would be for individuals. Those are the kind of solutions that we provide to help people facilitate communication over large areas. And in the residential market, the services that we provide are the pre-wire, which is, most people don't know, but there are two types of wiring in any structure. There's the low voltage and there's the high voltage. The low voltage is that on the left-hand side, which is the coax and the cat cable. And on the right side, you have the electrical, which most people are familiar with. But most people don't know that a house cannot function without the low voltage. The low voltage is how you get your Wi-Fi signals around the house for a home that's especially very large, and a simple Wi-Fi router can't cover the whole space. Next, we have custom home theaters. These are great places for families to come together and spend good time watching movies and shows that everybody likes. And we have TV installations, which most people do in their homes these days. We have indoor and outdoor sound. So if you're somebody that likes music, we have systems that we can create that puts essentially speakers around your home, where if you're having a party, you can simply play music on your phone and send it around the entire house. We can do that for indoor, and we can do it for outside as well. And we also create outdoor entertainment spaces. So think of like a patio that's got like a TV, somewhere where you can relax in spring, because summer gets pretty hot and winter gets pretty cold, but somewhere where you can sit with your family and enjoy yourself outdoors. We have low voltage lighting, and we also have networking and Wi-Fi for both commercial and residential spaces. And on the commercial market, we have things like conference rooms for e-conferencing solutions. So a team in the United States is talking to a team in Germany. They need to be able to see and hear the same way that we're doing right now. We provide solutions that make those communications much easier and much more simple for these businesses. We have lecture halls where you have a big projector and a screen where somebody that's teaching an audience can sort of go through slides, and whenever they're talking, everybody in the hall can hear them. And also, to take it a step further, for somewhere where the audience communication with the presenter is as important as the other way, we have solutions where as everybody is sitting right now, if this is a much bigger space, you can have speakers laid out such that the moment somebody speaks from wherever in the room, the speakers, the microphones pick it up and everybody in the hall can hear without them having to pass microphones around. And this is just a small example of the things that we're able to achieve with modern audio video technology. And the rest is office automation. So think automatic turning off of lights, automatic heating, ventilation, and air conditioning to save money over the long term, and automatic access, all that kind of stuff. We have distributed video. So think of if you're at a sports bar and you have 50 TVs playing the exact same thing, or you have a section playing one thing, a section playing another thing. Those are the kind of things that we do. And also those boards that display what kind of food you can order at a restaurant, that's also the type of solutions that we provide. We have the distributed audio, which is public address systems, music playing around a Walmart, for example. And we also have intercom systems for places where you need to talk to, multiple people that are in different physical locations. And that's pretty much most of the services that we provide. And ideal clients for us typically are people that are getting their foot in the door when new construction is happening. Because the best time to get any sort of audio video project done is at the start of the project. In order for us to adequately design and make the system work the way that it needs to, we need to get our foot in the door at the planning stage. Because if we do it after the fact, the cost can as much as triple as opposed to when you're doing it from the start of the project. So ideal people that we can work with are remodelers, general contractors, builders, architects, interior designers, because these are the people that are getting in front of clients before projects start. And there's also pool companies because they design outdoor spaces, and we can help them design entertainment spaces in addition to those pool areas. Moving companies as well, because they're helping people move from one home to another. People have systems that are $100,000 and up that regular movers cannot really, they don't know how to handle this stuff. So it's our job to essentially move the system from an old place where it's functioning perfectly into a new place and make it work just as well, or provide alternatives if we need to make those systems work the way that they did before. One that is not here is realtors as well, because realtors are, also part of that value chain where people are moving from one place to another. Now, why should you guys trust me with the people that you're presenting to me? I was raised by my parents to value a name. One thing that my parents always taught me is, if your name is good, then everything else is good. There's value in a good name, and I value my reputation and the reputation of my company. So whenever I provide services, I provide them as if I'm providing those services to my family. I take care of every single client the way that I would my own sister. And I stay in communication. Great customer service is a paramount watchword. On Google, over these last 5 years, the company has been able to amass over 200 five-star reviews that I am personally very, very proud of, because it's testament to the kind of work that I do for my clients. I have an industry certification, CIT certification from one of the top, the most foremost, I guess, the industries that sort of govern the work that I do. I'm an authorized dealer, like I said, for most major brands. We're insured in the state of Texas, and we're a legal entity as well. And these are just some of the products that we work with and the CDA certification. And basically, it's everything that I just said. Yes, but another one that I wanted to highlight is post-install support and the long-term business relationship. Whenever you install a system in your home, because technology is not infallible, sometimes we run into issues. A big part of the projects that we do is to stay in touch with the customer and make sure that at whatever point where there's an issue after the install happens, we're there to make sure that those systems work the way they're supposed to in the long term as they do in the short term. A lot of companies these days, or historically, I've heard clients where they installed six-figure systems and they can't hear from the company after they finish the project. They have a little problem and the company's having a difficult time sending out a technician to see what's going on and fix that problem. That's not what I want for my business, because it's important to me, like I said, that my clients get the best service and that my job is only complete if you don't notice that anything is going on. If you go into a room and it works perfectly, that's what makes me happy as a business owner and as a service provider. This is one of my absolute favorite reviews because it highlights everything that I was saying. Somebody took time to type all of this on our Google page. And if you ever go to the Google page, if you type OTWAV into any search engine, it's going to pop up. You can take a look at the reviews yourself. There are multiple reviews like this where people are going into detail about the kind of work that we do and how we did that work, which is more important. And in this review, it compares my business to Chick-fil-A. And I guess that's how you know that I did a good job, because he compares me to food. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about this morning. Honestly, the best way to communicate with me is whatever way the client prefers. I like phone calls, but we can do text messages. We have the email this is the official email for the business, and this is the official phone number for the business. But you can refer people to me as well. Most of you have my information through the app. I'm just a phone call away. And you can find us on any social media platform at official OTWAV, or just type in OTWAV and we're gonna pop up. I'm serious about that. I did that myself. I pretty much just flooded the entire internet with my business. So yeah. But that's pretty much everything. Thank you guys so much for listening. Appreciate it. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
I can't believe you haven't done something in 6 years and then you volunteered to do this with like notice.
Yes, it was a great opportunity. Thank you.
First intro, I mean, I definitely have a better sense of what you do, and your passion comes through.
Thank you.
I think that
Thank you.
There's going to be great opportunities here for you.
Thank you.
To present to do what you do. I think it's going to be great integration.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sure. We're taking questions now, so let's Jen go first.
What is your maybe average price for just hanging up a TV? Because I have a lot of clients moving in a house and that's what they need, is just someone to hang up a TV.
Okay, so say we talk to a client, they've got something like this on the wall and they just need a TV hung. That's average $150 on the average. That's for a standard size TV. We're putting it on the wall. That's everything done, $150. The more complex the job goes from there, the more it's essentially going to cost. But I'm more than happy to provide quotes and talk to people before, so surprises are less. Yeah.
So my question is kind of similar. Is there a job that's too small for you?
No, absolutely not. Usually, the reality is some people have very big expectations and very small budgets. So typically we like to get in front of people. Yes. And the problem with my industry is because all of these equipments are very easily accessible over the internet, some people think that they can just buy a couple of things and string them together and make them work like they should. But what they don't tell you is how many times they pushed a button and something didn't work, or how they wanted to watch a movie and they couldn't just because they couldn't get the system to work. The reason why I'm a professional is I bridge the gap between design, install, and basically function. It's all of that in between doesn't happen whenever you involve a professional. So typically, no job is too small, but I prefer to get in front of a client and hear what they're trying to get done, just so we have a good idea of what the expectations are and whether or not we're able to sort of take on that project, basically. Yeah.
Just a quick question. Do you take on any work where the client or customer tried to do it themselves, they bought something, and now they're calling you in to fix their mess?
Absolutely. Yes, so those kinds of jobs, they come more often than you'd imagine. I've been into people's homes where essentially the TV was on the floor and there was another TV in the box ready to go. So But basically, in those circumstances, the cost implication of undoing the work that was wrongly done and then redoing it the right way factors into that. But yes, we do take on projects like that, yes. Anybody with any other questions?
So you do like the whole bonus system? And
Yes, we provide, and an important thing to mention now is most people don't know this, but we're basically, like I said, full service. So if you wanted to do something and you had an idea in your mind, all you would need to do is give me a call, have a conversation. We'd provide the equipment, and all of that equipment carries the original manufacturer's warranties, and we provide extended warranties on all that as well. And if something ever goes wrong, there was a time we installed a mano mount. It's a $3,000 mount, and it malfunctioned. I went over there to try to rectify the issue a couple of times for the client. We never were able to get it to work. And I contacted the company and they sent out a replacement in a couple of days. Those are the kind of services that we render. We have close relationships with the manufacturers, so it facilitates all of that, in between whenever we do run into problems, which is not as often as most people think. So yes. Anybody got any other questions? Yes, sir.
Much like everyone here, your affinity for audiovisual and all this kind of really carries through. That's awesome. How did you get to this spot where you are now? Was it from a childhood love for everything visual?
So I guess when I was younger, I grew up tinkering with stuff. I was the kid that would take apart a TV just because, and I got into a lot of trouble for that, obviously. But I guess I just loved to tinker with technology, and for a long time I didn't know what I wanted to do. But when I moved here to the United States, I guess TV mounting found me, and from that point, I just got in front of a lot of people that were willing to help me grow, and they welcomed me with open arms. They taught me what I needed to know, and over time, I've gotten much better at, providing all these services and basically getting better at figuring out how this technology works together, because it can get very complicated, especially when you're talking on an enterprise or commercial level. Yeah. But thank you for that question, Ha. I appreciate it. Thanks. Does anybody else have any other questions? No? Well, that rounds up my presentation for today. Thank you, guys.